Ryukisho 7, you fucking madman. When are you gonna run out of ideas? When are you? You can't just keep going on forever with this stuff. When They Cry fans are eating right now. Look, we are full. You need to be stopped at all costs. I must preface this by saying any anime only of Higurashi. If you're someone who wants to get into Higurashi, do not watch this series. Do not watch this remake series, because it's not even a remake. It's a sequel to the original series. It's a sequel. Spoiler alerts for the entire series. But if you are anime only watching this video, please do not watch this video. Please do not watch this series until you have read the entire 8 chapters of the visual novel. Please do not watch this anime until you have read the entire 26 volume manga. I would not recommend you watch the Dean adaptation of Higurashi, because there are a lot of details cut out, and there's a lot of subtle hints cut out, and development cut out. But if you want to watch the original anime, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but I recommend you not, because of the fact that this is covering shit from the visual novel. But if you want to, you can watch Higurashi, the older one, and Higurashi Kai, and then Rei. Do not bother watching Kira or Outbreak, because those are both non-canon. The canon of the series is Higurashi, Kai, Rei. Now that we're done with that, full spoilers on this entire review. So if you watch the series, keep watching. This episode starts off because I've seen stuff on Twitter and how this is not a remake. This is an actual sequel series, and you get a visual poster of Rika in the fragments, and you get an older high school Rika. What? And you get Hanyu. And this series, Ryukisho 7, you need to be stopped. How many ideas do you have swirling in your head right now? You need to be stopped. You got one of your other series, Iwahime, being translated and being put on Steam. You got a new series called When the Monsters Roar. You got this. You got Higurashi May. You got a new Higurashi manga. Yumineko even got like a new opening. Now, I might have to say this as well. You will probably have to read Yumineko as well. But to get into the series as well. I will cover this. I will cover that on while later on in a review. It starts out with Rika in the Contra's Fragments world talking to Hanyu, saying like, "Hey, I know everything. I know how to work this. I know who the villain. I know who our villain is. I can stop this." This can go in so many directions in general. I mean, it's the fact that he refused Rika a good life. Like this madman actually said, "Oh, you like this ending? Nah, I'm gonna give you more despair. Fate, you're still in it." You have to be stopped, right, Kisho 7. You have to be stopped. This episode, it goes over with the same beats as Onikakushi. But again, it's sort of hints as she said it, and said as he said in his interview with Funimation, now it came to life. And look, I'm so hyped and I'm scared. You got Keiichi remembering shit like he did in Atonement Arc. In the second episode, he remembers shit. You got him dropping hints like, oh, maybe you know, maybe Tsubutake is a spy. And you're like, well, I'm like, this is way too early for this shit. This is way too early for this shit. Again, with this episode, it was great. It was great. The direction with this episode. The angles were great. The music, of course, were great. The suspenseful scenes with Rena, and there's a lot of them with Rena. I'm surprised that they haven't done it with everybody else. But when she's standing there with the hatchet, and he gets the Kento doll out, and she just stares blankly at him for no reason, that shook me to my core. Even though I watched the series before I read the manga, I watched the anime, I knew it. I even saw it in the trailer. It still caught me off guard. Like, that's great direction and sound direction right there. Like him, and usually with that, with denotation, it was him reacting. Well, it was him look, it was the angles of the camera back then where it had the zoom in on stuff. With this, it just lingers on Shion, not Shion. It lingers on Keiichi's face and his reaction, and I think that's a great directional thing to do, because you can do so much with a facial reaction, and I'm really glad that they're doing this. Like, there's even one scene with, and I caught it last episode, with Satoko and Rena. When Rena was dazed out and she left to go to the nurse's office, Satoko went with her. And I said in my review that maybe Satoko went to go check up on Rena because of Satoshi. I think that's what it was with Mio in this episode at the Cotton Picking Festival, because when she grabbed Satoko's hand and ran, I guess this is me being me and thinking like, hey, they're doing, well, they're putting out shit to Satoshi. Like, I just like the direction of characters' reactions. Like, I think it's much more of a thing, a better thing for them to react facially than oh, sound effect, zoom in on the face and that stuff. Like this episode, it was good, but the Rika stuff blew it out of the water. And with the ending, I thought that it was going to end on your lying part, but it didn't. So I guess that's next episode. I'm wondering how they're going to handle that, since the last two ones with Rena was great. Now I'm not knowing what to expect more. So now there's more stuff on top of stuff now. I know everything that happens, but it could be something way different. And I like that. I like that, like, with Higurashi is a simple plot, kind of, like, which is not just a simple plot, but how he can change simple stuff and it'll be so different and so different than when it was to what it was before. It's great. Now, going back to Yumineko, in the opening, okay, so the opening and ending songs, I'm glad that we have different openings and endings. But why I enjoyed the original opening, like, I feel like it wouldn't be really good here in this series. This, like, even with the opening, and the opening in general, like, it leaves so many questions about Yumineko. Because, you know, in one scene, you see a character from Yumineko in a split second, and it's darkened out. But you can see some of the details with the character that you know. Oh, hey, that's a character from Yumineko. Like, you have to know. So, is she involved in this new series? Was she bored and was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let Rika fucking suffer some more. And it's another character in the opening where we don't know who she is, but people have theories about who that is, and it's also from Yumineko. So I'm glad, even though we can't really get a great adaptation of Yumineko in anime form, he's putting in the work and just saying, hey, these are two series in the same universe. Let's put these together once again. Like, this series can go possibly anywhere. Like, there's so many directions that this series can go. And hopefully it's a good one. Because I saw a tweet saying I don't want this series to undermine the original series themes and messages, which I agree to. I don't want it, I don't want Rika's, I don't want none of the characters to suffer. I don't want the themes in the original series to be warped in any way. Like, when he mentioned the message of the original series was the fight against fate and the power of friendship. I don't want it to get muddled in that. But hopefully Rocky Show 7 will deliver, and it will be a great anime, far surpassing the annotation of it. Because so far, art-wise, animation-wise, literally everything-wise, has been great. So, if you are a fan of Higurashi, please watch this series if you are caught up to the original thing. And if you are anime only, please go read the original novel, the manga, or the anime. It is your choice. I will not force you. I will not force you to go and watch the manga or original novel if you don't have the time. If you have the time for the first 26 episode series, and then another series with 25 episodes, and then another series with 4 episodes or 5 episodes, then you go ahead and do it. If you don't, I understand. But it's been your boy, Dancing Pretty Luck. I'm subscribe, guys. Higurashi, go. Or GOU. Jesus Christ. And please let me know down below on your theories about Higurashi GOU in general. Because I would love to hear them. I have my own theories about it, which you already heard. But Jesus, man, we need craft start eating. Like and subscribe, guys. Have a good day. Have a good day or night, where you live. I keep stuttering. Sorry about it. Yeah. Bye.